Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm here with the same shirt on as I had in my last video because I got a lot of requests to do the look that I had on in my Sephora VIB wish list video. I have no idea why I did not film this look before I filmed that video, because I made a point to say that everything I had on my face was products that you could obtain from Sephora. They were some of my favorites. They were some of my very heavily recommended products. I don't know why I didn't film it, but I'm here to film it again. So this is why I wore the same shirt. I want to give the same effect. My hair is up because, let's be real, I was going to curl it for y'all, and I took it out of the rubber band and it didn't move. You know that your hair is way too dirty for its own good when it does not move without the aid of a hairband. So it's up for y'all. But other than that, that's the only difference. So let's go ahead and get started. I have done my brows, primed my eyes, and I have used a corrector, which I will link below, but you cannot obtain that from Sephora. So let's go ahead and get in it. The only thing that you can get from Sephora that I have used already is this Tarte Park Avenue Princess Waterproof Face and Body Bronzer. I have put it on my neck and my chest. I don't know if you can see, I can tell that my arms are a lot lighter than this. Now, if I were actually leaving the house, I would have applied it to my arms as well. But since you can't see those as much, you know what? You can see them some. Let's put a little bit on my arms, just so it's not incredibly obvious. Just a little bit. And then this way you can kind of see. I have no idea what it looks like in the viewfinder, but this will get it at least to look a little bit the same. This is the brush that they market to go with it. I have not used it with another brush. I'm sure if you have something similar to this, you don't need it, but I'm not sad that I bought the brush as well. But I really like this product because you can see how easy it is, and it just gives you this really pretty, non-shimmery, like I've been out in the sun even though I've been stuck in my house type of look. So they're a little bit matchy now, and that gave you a little demonstration. So that will be linked below because it is a huge recommendation from the sale. So let's go ahead and jump in. I did not use a primer, but I did use my Koh Aqua Foundation. I love this stuff. This is in color 143. It is more of a summer color, so that's another reason I wanted to put that Tarte product on. Also because, I mean, who's self-tanning right now? I do every once in a while, but since I'm not washing my hair but like once a week, I only self-tan as often as that. I'm going to use the Sephora Pro Diffuser 64 brush because I used this when I got ready for that other video. I talked about a new version of this brush, which I have since heard is absolutely nothing like this. So I'm sorry for using something that you can't get anymore, but this is what I used. And if you do have it, maybe it'll remind you to get it out of your drawer if you haven't, if you're not using it now, and use it because it's good. Especially with like lighter consistency foundations like this one. Now, because I put that Tarte product on, I don't need to take my foundation down my neck. I love this foundation. It is just such a beautiful, like, I feel like it's a solid medium coverage, but it's very natural looking on the skin. I absolutely love it. I don't talk enough about it. I do think they reformulated it from their like squattier bottles that they used to have. And I had that one, but I like this one more. I know some people don't like it as much as the older version, but my personal opinion is that this one's better. Now I'm going to be using the Hourglass Vanish Concealer, and I have the color Apricot. I really do enjoy this concealer. It is a good medium coverage concealer. It's really lightweight under the eyes. It doesn't crease. It wears all day for me. It's just a really pretty concealer. I do suggest looking at swatches online if you're going to purchase it, because the colors can look a little off as you're looking on the Sephora site, but otherwise it's a absolutely gorgeous concealer. So I'm going to let that sink in, and let's go ahead and jump into the eyes. The first thing I'm going to do is lay down the Laura Mercier Sunrise Caviar Stick Eye Color. This is one of the new colors in the collection that they recently launched, and this is described as a shimmering peach. It's a little more muted than some of the other colors that I have, but it's a nice base color for the colors that I'm going to be putting on top. And this just really helps anything you put on top of it stay throughout the day, because the lasting power of these caviar sticks is truly unparalleled. Like, I feel like these and the Bobbi Brown sticks are the longest lasting eyeshadow sticks that I have used. So now I'm going to go into the Viseart Malou Neutral Mattes palette, and I'm going to take the far right top corner color. It's like a peachy color, and I might mix it in with that first color as well, just a little bit. And I'm just going to work this into my crease, just like any other color. I'm really going to blow it out because I really like these colors blown out almost all the way up to the brow bone, and blend it out until I have the opacity that I desire. These shadows are, honestly, they blend themselves. I love them so much. Now, when I went to go link this next product that I use on my eyes, it was already on sale, so it might not be available by the time this video goes up. But I'm going to say that all the Tom Ford palettes are going to be a good investment during this sale because they are so expensive. So getting 20% off helps no matter what. I'm using the Soleil d'Ivoire palette, and I'm going to mix the two shades, the taupey shade on the bottom left and the peachy shade on the top right. And I'm going to use a mist to wet my brush before I go into these, because this is the wet dry formula. I do find they work best and most pigmented when they are wet first. Another palette that you might want to look into that's similar to this, if this one is sold out, is Seduction by Tom Ford. I believe that's in their permanent line, and it's absolutely gorgeous as well. It's got the gold tones that this one kind of does, but honestly, any of their palettes, especially their wet dry formula, are my absolute favorite. Now I'm going to go back into the Malou palette, and I'm going to take the middle two colors on the middle row, and I'm going to mix them together and put them on my outer V with the Sonia G Pencil Pro brush. And I'm just going to really work those in just to give a little bit of a dimension. This is a very simple, like, 3-step eye that I normally do, but just give a little bit of a dimension to the eye while bringing in a couple of different tones than we used in the crease. Now we're going to go in and set with a Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder in the color Light. I have really made a dent in this powder. I absolutely love it. It just smooths everything out, makes it look perfected. Highly recommend this. Now I'm going to go into the Bite Beauty Changemaker Flexible Coverage Pressed Powder in the color Medium 1, and use my La Mer powder brush, which is also a recommendation from this sale, and apply that over the foundation. This I've almost hit pan on, actually, and it's a gorgeous non-powdery powder to set any foundation. It does have a little bit of a color to it, so you're going to want to make sure you at least get in your range when you purchase it, but it just wears beautifully throughout the day, looks very natural on the skin, and it never looks like powder, which is a huge plus for me. Now I'm going to go in with the Tom Ford Glow Bronzer. This is in the color Gold Dust. I have the mini version, but they have two sizes, the mini and the standard. The standard is much larger, but this is just a gorgeous, little bit of a shimmer finish. Not so much glitter as just a pretty sheen. Warm toned, very pretty bronzer on the skin. I reach for this quite often, and I'm very surprised I have not hit pan on this, but I do highly recommend it. Now for highlight, I am going to use one of my absolute favorite highlights of all time. I don't even think they market this as a highlight. I think they market it, it's called monochromatique, so maybe for the eyes and the face, but I feel like it's mostly for the eyes. But this is from Lancome. It's the color Eclat. I'm using the Anastasia A23 brush, and this is just the most gorgeous highlight on the face. There is no kind of impression on the top anymore. I have run through it. I have really flattened this out. I can't imagine having it for too much longer, but it is absolutely divine. This is a huge oldie but goodie. This is the Dim Infusion Ambient Lighting Blush from Hourglass. Again, another company that you cannot go wrong with when it comes to blushes. This is by far my favorite shade within the range that I have tried. All of them are gorgeous, but this is such a gorgeous peachy color. If you can't tell, I am very biased towards peach colors. I absolutely love them. but this goes really well with the eye look today. It's very, very soft and pretty for spring. It's just all around a perfect blush. Keeping with Hourglass, if you have watched even one of my videos, you know how much I love the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Radiant Light. I use this every single day to buff my makeup. It's absolutely gorgeous. I cannot recommend it enough. This is my third compact and I will forever repurchase it. I'm going to go back into these two colors from the Viseart Malou and smoke out my lower lash line. You could pick any colors you want. Any of them would work. I just like to incorporate something that I've used on my upper lid and use it on my lower lid to kind of bring the look full circle. Okay, I did my mascara off camera. I'm losing the light because it's about to start raining. All we have left is lipstick. So I picked out my YSL Rock and Shine lipstick in the shade number 1, which is a nude. Shocker, I know, but I feel like it goes really well with this top and this eye look. And it's one of those pocket lipsticks that you can just stick in your pocket and put on without a mirror. Very comfortable, very moisturizing, very pretty. Highly recommended. So that is the final look. This is exactly what I used in my last video that I had a lot of requests on. And I will link everything down below as per usual. They are affiliate links. They do help me out if you shop through them. You don't have to, but I appreciate it if you do. And I will have everything linked down below. I'll also link the brushes that I use that you can find at Sephora as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this look. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you are all staying healthy and sane and safe, and that you all go out and have a very blessed day.